Good morning, everybody.
Good
Happy
morning.
September. We are moving into a whole new cycle, I think. It's been interesting that summer is complete. I don't know how you're feeling, but it's been really wild. Wild, huh?
Yeah.
We were just talking about observations of the week, and I'm gonna share real quick. We got really bounced around this last week. And I would say since the yagya that we did here,
Fire ceremony,
the
right?
fire ceremony, yeah, on the 8/8 or in that 8/8 window. And
Just for those who don't know what a fire ceremony is, we had a Vedic pundits that came from, they're ultimately, they were trained in India, but they have temples here in the United States, and they came from Los Angeles. And we celebrated the Lion Gate portal by activating the elemental kingdoms and the fire, the use of fire and the Hindu deities to kind of connect those frequencies in India to here to United States.
so a lot of the ceremony was protection, justice, truth, purification, love, abundance, devotion. And when you do these ceremonies, we're in a duality in this planet, and some of the lower energies need to come out. You can't just push them away. And the fire is an amazing way to transmute them. And it is the work of the collective. Like it's not just Michael and I doing the work, but all the people that sponsored, all the people that were involved, all the people that were there doing their offings, all their intentions, all
People
their,
watching on the YouTube.
yeah, all their soul missions, all their work is part of the ceremony. And so after we just kind of got some things coming at us, not that it's wrong, but it was like we were watching it, right? Everything from our cat who's doing fine now, he's fully healed, to um, to I'm sorry, I'm letting some people in.
You talk, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. To like raccoons getting into our fish pond and killing a bunch of our fish, and our neighbors had an issue where all their chickens were massacred, like really crazy stuff, and then crazy car stuff, and then plumbing stuff. And we were talking to Punjaji this week, and he had the same thing. He had alarms going off in his
Temple.
temple, and was in a car accident. We had somebody else get in a car accident. So it was just, and not to make it wrong or drama. And in talking with Punjaji, all he said to us was, this is part of God's plan. He said, I was so grateful. He was fine in the accident. It was bad. But he said, it took something from me. It took something that could have manifested in a much bigger way. And I felt that when the whole attack happened with our cat, that he took something. I mean, his name is Shiva. So, I mean, we were honoring Shiva on Saturday. So, in that, I would just say for all of you, as you do more of this work and hold more light in your body and contributing to your work on the planet, be in awareness of there might be some things that kick up, and it's just your service to transmute them. Call in the violet flame, put it in your heart, send love to it, put light there, whatever you're called to do. You all know, I mean, have amazing skills and tools in your toolbox. So just know that the game is on. And I think it's going to be ramped up. And even Punjaji said that going into the end of the year. And the other thing we were talking about was we were with family last weekend. And, what a great way to transmute your triggers and your buttons when you're with your family unit, right? Um, oh, and
Pundaji.
Punjaji Marla, but he's fine.
He lived.
So anyway, at one point I said to Michael, and I love my family. Michael, we're with the Muggles. We have to love them. Talk about things they understand
Muggles in an affectionate
in an
way.
affectionate way. I said they have no idea what you're talking about. Like talk football, you know. So, it's talk about the weather, talk about the beauty of the trees, or something. But so to me, there's also a differentiation between the worlds we're going in, and not that it's wrong. It's we're all here together and to love each other. But in those several days, there were a lot of things coming at us that we kept getting pulled out of our kind of center point. And without a spiritual practice, it's a lot harder to negotiate and get back to that center point. So even if it's a few minutes every morning or every night or a couple times a day or lighting a candle or having an intention or journaling or whatever works for you, uh, our suggestion is, or breathing, just stay in it. For me, I really watched myself be pulled out and need to and working to get my way back to center. Yeah. It was a great learning, great teaching for me. Yeah.
That's part of the game of duality. We're in a game of duality, and that game of duality has pluses and charges. So whenever you put a lot of light on one side, you're automatically going to get some of the darkness. That's why the masters don't come down here right away and do too much too fast, because then you'd have the negative things that come up in your life, right? I don't know if you know what cognitive dissonance is, but cognitive dissonance is one thing where you just can't process it. You go into shock. It's just a shock. It's funny to watch being around Denise's family, Some of them gravitate and some of them avoid me like the plague.
Like,
It's like, and then you see the same thing in India and they're like, come to you. It's just like they're attracted to it. So it's kind of like the energies will pull people to you and it'll repel other people. And to be aware of that, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's just sometimes there's too much of a leap for them to make right now. And they need to go through whatever process they're going through and their elevation process to clear their karma, to raise their frequency so that there is a match, right? And one of the things that Denise was talking about, the family unit, when you leave your bubble, your home, right? We would say that there's a lot of different karmas that we all have. When we have a work karma, right? When you've kind of like done with work in the world, you kind of know, I'm complete. There's a family karma. We have karma to our families that we need to. That's why we do this work. We go and see them, right? You can feel the karma when you're in it.
yep.
And thank God I don't have a lot of karma because I was an only child, and I kind of had that kind of complete very early in my life, but we still kind of working a little bit of Denise's family karma. And then we have karma to your spiritual lineage. You may not know who your spiritual lineage is. In the East, it's more known and practiced. It's part of that. You give back to the ashram or the teacher or the guru or whatever it is. You know that there's a service that you do in the spiritual realms of waking people up, you could say, right? But what's coming online, and for me, that she's presence is this planetary karma that we all are stepping into, that we really haven't had as a collective, the humanity. What is the planetary karma? There's a service to the planet, right? That we all have in our contracts, in our soul contracts. Why would we have that in our soul contract? Because we're supposed to be merging with the consciousness. We are the consciousness. We are the Archangel Michael collective, the Aurora or the Magdalena conscious. That's who we are at a higher level of consciousness. So by doing this service to the planet, you kind of create this vortex around your home. You kind of create your little bubble of sovereign energies and frequencies, and people that come into your, they'll be nourished if they're a lower vibration, or they'll be raising your vibration if they're kind of a higher vibration. So, but when you leave your bubble, you better have some spiritual practice. You better have the, kind of keep going, or else you're going to dip, you're going to drop down. And then it takes a kind of couple days to, when you come back into your bubble, your little vortex, your little home space that you've created, and then you're going to have to clear and wash and clear yourselves and have your spiritual practice. So just kind of watch that. You may notice that, or you may already notice that dipping effect happens when you kind of go out into the malls or out into the world, unless you're aware of it and you're kind of cognizant of your energy and frequency and working with it.
And I will say this. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was complete.
It's not that you're better than anybody else. you know, there's something spiritual arrogance, which is really prevalent right now too. It's part of your karmic agreement with your family or your unit or your school or your education or your community or whatever. It's just to love them. It's to serve them. It's to be grateful that you can support them, whatever spirit guides you to do, you know? Because we are all in this together. They are us. They are an aspect of us to teach us and reflect to us. So I say that with, you know, we're not here and there. It's all we're,
Well, that's
yeah.
a beautiful presencing, because the other side, that's one way of looking at it, the way I present it. The other way was like, I did not do my sadhana. I'm responsible for my frequency. I let the frequency, I thought they were doing something to me. I'm just giving an example. Maybe we think they're doing it, they're triggering this in me. It's their fault, right? No, it's not their fault. That's their role. That's their soul contract. They're showing you where you're weak, where you need to be strong. And so they're testing. There's like this testing kind of going on. There's always this strengthening of willpower. That's one of the things that's really showing up for me is we're so distracted as a collective individually, you know, that we don't have the power of our soul to manifest what we want instantaneously. That's really the power of willpower. And that's how you practice it through, mostly the fastest ways, through meditation. But when we get that power, that willpower, things manifest the way the inner desire, your highest desire wants, not what the personality desire wants. Although we want those too, right?
So the other thing for me, I just want to be mindful of time, is connection and synchronicity. And it was really interesting. We were doing a meditation with Ashana Dean. If you don't know any of her work, she's way out there and doing a lot of planetary galactic work. And in part of the meditation, she's in her pool room with blue light and these symbols, which was exactly what those of you that were in the retreat with us this summer, like Michael and I were like, what? I mean, it was so, even the color was the same. So there's so many people all over the planet in all different parts of the world doing things, but we're doing the same work. Do you see? It just is a different flavor of ice cream. It's all ice cream. And so this blue color that he puts on this morning is like really, she's talking about these blue crystals. And I begin to laugh because I have been looking for a certain color of blue. And those, you know, I like the Andaras, and I've been talking to the one guy who's our supplier, it's getting harder and harder to get them and more expensive. And I kept saying, it's got to be this certain blue. It's got to be this certain blue. And literally last week, these blue crystals arrived, right? And I wanted them in the size of like where people could work with them or hold them or put them on. And I want to use them I keep hearing to use them in our retreat this fall, because they're part of the activation with your DNA and your light body and the work. And she's talking about these blue light. And then, you know, Rebecca, what's her name? Nancy Rebecca talks about these blue light beings. And then there's these Syrian elders. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, and this goes back several months where I've been trying to get these blue Andaras, and knew I was just like, okay, spirit, if they're supposed to come, they're supposed to come, right? And then I'm in there and I said, Michael, you need to have your blue crystal. And I pulled this one out, which is the color blue. And I said, you know what this is, right? And he said, is it mine? And I said, yes, it's the original one I sent him. I don't know, 10 years when he was a monk from Lady Nell. And I've never had another one this color like this, which matches the other ones. So you see, it may take 10 years to catch up or whatever, but there's some weaving happening that we're all doing. And sometimes it makes sense, but it's exciting to play with. So be in the joy and the possibility, and we invite you in to, come be with us in the retreat. We put the fall schedule up. We heard to get that on the calendar to get in a consistent rhythm for everybody, for all of us together. And I'll say this, these downloads that come and what we see, it's not me, it comes from the group. Like I was even saying to Michael this morning, the meditations that he does every week come from all of you. There's no script. There's no, it's what we are doing as a collective, and it's extraordinary to watch. I mean, the other thing Shauna Dean was talking about, being in your Buddha body and putting yourself in a mirror ball. So we talk about the golden egg, right?
That's that's a layman's term for Merkaba.
Right. So, right. But 3 weeks ago, I think we did a meditation of the Buddha body, right? Like, so it's just so fascinating
the Buddha realm. We moved into the Buddha realm, yeah.
Right. To watch the
Loka.
the weavings and the synchronicities happen. So, so the blue light special, Kmart. I'm old enough to remember Kmart. So, we must all be part of the blue light special, getting ready to light up the world. Who knows? So,
well, honey, we are kind of out there a little bit too. We're kind of out there, aren't we?
like a Shauna, yeah, some of
We're
our,
kind of
yeah.
out there, yeah. We're kind of out there as well.
But
So let's talk a little bit about the meditation. We have some new people on. So we meditate together. We're all over the country, we're all over the world, but we're in a awareness of collective consciousness that is guiding what's moving through us as a collective. We're kind of like a big battery or a group Merkaba, we could say, a group field of energy, a vortex. And each of us have our own part in weaving that together, right? We individually activate our light body and we kind of connect and we start to flow the energy. And so then we do some work. We usually work here at the planetary level, right? To help activate our own ascension and the ascension of the planet. And what I'm noticing in some of our meditations, not only moving into the higher realms, the Hindus would call it the lokas, the different lokas, but we're also starting to, but maybe not realized, that we're also moving into different times. We're kind of anchoring different times. We may seem like we're here in this realm, but there's parts of us, our higher aspects of us, that are holding frequencies of what the planet what the planet is right now, because everything's happening right now. There is no time in the reality, but we're experiencing as linear. But in the ever-present moment of now, there's this progression that Earth is going through, and we're holding those frequencies and kind of bringing them back through this meditation and kind of holding that as a gate. And through your lives, through the frequencies that you're holding in your home and in your land, you're raising the frequency of the whole collective grid, which is those future timelines and those future energies that you're bringing back to the now. So there's like this resonance of the higher frequencies that you're bringing in now that resonate with the planet, but also resonate inside of you and your heart and your chakras that activate your DNA. So your DNA starts to change, which changes everything around you and your life experiences. So I hope that made sense. And let's do a little meditation for the next 40 minutes. Everybody ready?
yeah, if you can, just make sure you're muted. Yeah.
Yeah, as we kind of phase back and forth, you can kind of get like this. Kind of get, what do I do now? You're kind of like in between worlds. You'll start to notice yourself in between worlds. So don't beat yourself up like, oh, I'm not thinking so. I'm not moving like molasses today. I was
not totally molasses yesterday. It was hysterical.
I feel like you can also kind of feel like Neo in the movie where he's moving to, where things are just you're moving faster than but it seems like you're moving slower. Anyway, it's all those things are occurring now. And so we're moving into our consciousness for you to be aware that these things are happening to you and to not to be in resistance, but to kind of breathe it in and flow it through you. All right, let's go in. Anything else, honey?
No, I would just say if you're really tired, just let yourself sleep. I think I had 3 naps yesterday, which is, you know me, is not my norm.
She will fight to stay awake.
He would look at me and I'd be like laying on the couch. I'm like, I still lay on the couch. So
There must be a belief system in resting during the day in the German household is like,
yeah,
nah, it's not allowed.
yeah.
All right, let's go.
Perform and produce. That
Perform
I
and
was
produce, yeah.
raised with perform and produce. So unpacking that pattern. Yep.
All right, take a deep breath into your heart and close your eyes. And we're simultaneously going to breathe in right now through your heart space, breathing into your heart space and through your third eye. So presence them both right now. Just gently exhale and then just breathe in. And gently hold 3 seconds. Every time you're holding, you're charging. And then exhale out. And you simultaneously do your heart space out into your auric field and from your third eye, just inside your forehead, out into your auric field, breathing in again. Holding and just charging your third eye, charging your heart. Feeling them is another way of charging. You're starting to feel what's happening there and then exhaling. One more time. Hold. And then exhale. Okay, now bring your awareness to your third eye. Breathe into your third eye now, just your third eye. Feel the charge, feel the charge, feel the charge. And now bring it down into your heart. Maybe you move it through your back of your spine or just down into your heart. Breathe it in now. And hold, and then exhale. And feel that current of the spiritual energy moving into your third eye, kind of connected into your heart. There's like a flow that opened up just now. Let that flow kind of equilibrize now through your breathing. You're aware of your pranic life force as you breathe. It's almost like you're sucking in energy through your third eye, scooping it in, pulling it in. And your heart is like this magnetic force field, drawing it down through your spine into your heart center, connecting into the core, the diamond core of your heart field. Take it in as far as you can into the diamond core of your heart. There's many, many, many layers to your heart. You can say that there's the light field. You can say there's the plasma field, but I want you to take it all the way as deep as you can and feel the crystalline caverns of your own heart space. And you've got this energy of your third eye, we call it an illumination energy that's kind of coming in and illuminating those crystals in your heart. Notice what's being illuminated. Maybe it's the inner cells of your heart. Maybe you start to notice a little flow in your heart, electromagnetic field starting to circle or swirl. Maybe you notice an expansion, like a palpitation, like a plasma, liquid light energy kind of moving in your heart. If you go deeper, you might be able to feel, it almost looks like that movie of Superman, where he opens up his crystalline city at the North Pole. Take it deep into that crystalline nature of your own heart and illuminate those crystals. And what happens to those crystals? Do they begin to shimmer? Do they become iridescent? Heliochromatic? Do they begin to move? Maybe they're shimmering, shimmying. Might even notice like a resonance, like a really high. It's almost like it's like seeing something that's invisible moving in front of you. The heat coming off a radiator. They're saying what we're saying is that's a very high frequency. I don't even know what the word is. A luminaire energy. It's a luminaire frequency. They're showing me it's also a frequency at the core of Mother Earth. Continue to breathe in through your third eye, connecting that circuit to your heart. Totally focused on the crystals. See if you can actually feel that they're alive. Is there a consciousness there, not just crystals? A sentience that's responding to your awareness and your illumination. And you can kind of know that because they move or shimmer. Okay, good. We're anchored now as a kind of a collective. Now we need to bring this energy from our heart down through the back of our spines, through our root and into through our tailbone into our root chakra beneath. So just presence right now, your root chakra. You can just see it as a red disc. That's your perineum. You're just sitting on a red disc. And they're kind of showing me, you have one of these like a mosquito things that you can, it's kind of like a coil that you can light and it kind of turns bright red and it kind of coils down around from the outside into the inside, becomes nice and hot and emits a smoke or an etheric energy, you could say, spiritual energy. And it kind of goes down into a center point. So just kind of hope that imagery helps for you to presence your root chakra. And now next breath, we're going to breathe into our hearts, hold the charge, the combined charge of the third eye and the heart, and then move it through the back of our spine, down through our tailbone into our root chakra. Gently exhaling and breathing in. Hold at your heart. And then exhale, just kind of push it down, the energy, the charge. And feel that charge catching in the center of your root chakra. And begin to breathe from your root chakra. Yeah, just feel it opening up. And as you breathe through your root chakra, what you're doing is you're directing the energy from your heart, from your third eye. It's all moving through your spine into your root chakra. So all you really need to do is just breathe through your root chakra. And these frequencies will do all the work for you. Good. You should notice kind of a grounding in your spine. You might even feel your solar plexus, your sacral, your womb of creation, your tailbone, all of these energies. You may even feel your spine kind of lighting up or becoming more magnetic. Your divine staff of life kind of anchored now in your root. Good. Now we're going to breathe into the root chakra. As we are breathing into the root chakra. Now envision now from that center point of your root chakra, a tube of light, which we call the Sushumna channel or the Antakarana, going down. There's a grid beneath your feet, about a foot beneath your feet, but then we're going all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. So as we breathe in, we're going to take this charge, the pineal illumination, heart, love, charge, bliss-charged love, love, light, love, that we've activated in our root chakra. You may just see it as like a ball of light. It's just like a silvery white light. You can also, for those of you who know what a Merkaba is, it's a star tetrahedron. You can see it as a star tetrahedron. However it shows up for your image, whatever symbol you're getting, illuminated with that silver white bliss charge. We're going to breathe it in, charge it up, and then exhale it, ride it down all the way through the Antakarana, down into the core of Mother Earth. And we're going to drop into our own individual fourth dimensional aspect residing at the core of Mother Earth. So breathing in, illuminating your Merkaba, silver white, feeling it activate, and then exhaling it down. Riding it all the way down like an elevator through the cores, through the plasma fields, through the interdimensional vortices, moving into the silver white core, going all the way down into the original cell, the source point within Mother Earth. And when you land, it's almost like you start to breathe from that place. It's like you can feel yourself breathing. You may still feel it like breathing through your root chakra, but it's also resonating in at the core of Mother Earth. Both are happening simultaneously. And if you haven't left your physical body yet, then just put it in protective sovereignty right now. Just wrap it in a little bubble of your own higher self. Put it in the violet consuming flame. Or just know that your higher self is directing this. Let go of your physical body and just allow your energy now, your consciousness, your awareness to move down into the core of Mother Earth. And as you breathe through the core of Mother Earth, become more present to your other aspect of yourself there. And what they're showing me is a little bit about we've done this meditation before where we're kind of sitting at the core of Mother Earth. We are like, got our own genetic map. It's a morphogenetic map of this realm and other realms. And we're connected at the surface through where your physical body is, but there are also places on the planet where we can call them power vortices, like the Stonehenges or the Mount Kailash or the Mount Shasta, the Luruhu, Glastonbury, all these beautiful places. You may be drawn to a point on the planetary surface. I want you to just see it or feel it like it's like a spotlight from the core. You're directing your light field through a spotlight connecting to that course, that spot on the earth, that grid on the earth. You may start to feel as you do that and you lock in, you may even start to feel your crown opening up. You may even start to feel some energy in your third eye, as if you're broadcasting from that point on the planet. What you're broadcasting is this silver white illuminaire energy from the core of Mother Earth. You're breathing it in with every breath at the core. You're breathing this really refined silver white consciousness into your sovereign energy field, the core of Mother Earth, as Mother Earth. And she's gently directing you subtly at the subliminal telepathy awareness of your mental body. She's subtly directing you to send your frequencies to these specific ley lines on the planet. And for some of you, you're going to see a lot of different lights that light up. And you don't need to know where they all are. What's important is for you to presence the light. Send the beams of light to them. You may feel some of you have hundreds. And you're just breathing from the core of Mother Earth with the intention of illuminating these ley lines, illuminating these surface vortices with your energy that's coming from Mother Earth, this illuminaire. I don't think that's the right name, but I'm just as close as I can get. Yeah, now there's a little love frequency. See if you can feel the love of Mother Earth. It's like a gratitude. There's really an unconditional love. Wherever you are in that spectrum, you may feel it as a different vibration. There's gratitude, there's appreciation, there's unconditional love. There's this really high frequency diamond love or crystalline love. It's even beyond like a feeling energy. It's just purity itself. Breathe that into your heart, breathe it into your lungs, breathe it into your high heart, into your shoulders, activate your shoulder chakras, and beam it out through your third eye.
And from this place inside the earth, where you are illuminating this light and shining it through all the ley lines, all the places you are called to. With each breath you take, the light becomes brighter. And collectively, we create a beautiful web of light within the planet, inside her core, connected to our hearts through all the layers, lighting her up. And now keep your awareness at the center of the earth and take another aspect of yourself out above her surface into space, where you are existing and your awareness is in two places simultaneously. And as you breathe, you begin to create a web of light in the cosmos, connecting her with our solar system, with other galaxies, with the great central sun. And with each breath, the light gets stronger. You may feel it as a torus field moving through the earth, through the cosmos, through the 2 points that you've created with your awareness. Just run the energy as the beautiful white purity light shimmering cleans, nourishes, supports humanity, the planet, the cosmos, all the beautiful beings. And with each breath, any discord energy, any lower frequency, anything that is not of the highest service, simply dissipates. Through your breath, through your light, through your love, through the strength and the consciousness of Earth and all the planets and stars. You just spend a few moments breathing, running the energy. You may expand out very far. You may go deeper into the earth. Wherever you are called is perfect. Continue to breathe. This is the new earth. You are drawing the third dimensional earth through your love, through your light, through your gratitude and devotion. You are drawing that third dimensional earth into this new earth in the fifth dimension and beyond. You may sense the light getting brighter and brighter. You may feel her releasing. And through the gentleness of our breath, we may mitigate anything harsh that needs to occur for her to be free. There's a gentleness. And just continue to breathe with this visualization. This work is the essence of what you really are and what you've come here to do. Some of you may be seeing some of your guides or symbols or something being given to you. It's all perfect. Spend a moment to receive any messages or downloads for you specifically, your soul. And now with your breath, become aware of each other as spheres of light. And from the awareness above the earth and simultaneous of the awareness of the inner earth, as we surround the earth, we're all going to beam a ray of love, of light, of truth, of gratitude, of devotion, of unity to the surface of the earth. You are an angelic human. Many of you remember doing this work before. With this love, with this light, new growth occurs. Organic growth. You will start to see evidence of it in your experience. You may even feel your wings. And take a last few moments here and just complete any work that your higher self is guiding you to do right now. And with the next few breaths, begin to take these realities of yourself the one from the inner earth, and the one in the cosmos or wherever you are, and unify them back into a central point into your heart. Knowing that with your breath, the unity becomes stronger and a higher expression of your divine self. That anything that you worked with that was of a lower vibration has been transmuted and released. Pull your consciousness into that central point of that orb of light that is you. Calling back all aspects of yourself in divine order, fully integrated, anchored into this physical form, in this reality, in divine perfection. Take a few more deep breaths and becoming aware of your physical form in the room where you exist. You can use this orb of light at any time, whether to move energy through your physical body, release any contraction, send it to a project or a place on the earth. Become aware of your feet, firmly anchored on the planet, on the ground. Your spine illuminated and magnetized. Your cells, your organs, your tissues vibrating with this light. Allowing this light to weave into your carbon-based structure. And when you are ready, you may slowly open your eyes. Coming back to this reality, fully present, fully integrated, and anchored. Namaste. Thank you all. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing work.
Just want to say a little. This is a living morphogenetic field, which is a living human angelic field that is vibrating energies that we're all to hold right now, you can just tap into this in your meditations and just absorb the frequencies. There's many, many frequencies here, and we'll maybe outline them in future meditations.
Unpack them. Yeah.
Unpack them, yeah, so that you can become more. Right now, it's what's important is for you to absorb, breathe them into your being. So use it to connect. We'll put this out on YouTube, I guess.
Yep, on YouTube today. Thank you all so much. Great work. Oh,
Namaste.
oh.